Hello, this is Alex Hecht of Beit Midrash Zichron Dov, because once you're part of Beit Midrash Zichron Dov, you are always part of Beit Midrash Zichron Dov. So in our final video of 3 days, 3 prayers, I'd like to share a short thought about Maariv, the evening service. The Talmud records a discussion about whether Maariv is obligatory or discretionary. And after going back and forth, the Talmud concludes, according to the opinion of Tfilas Arvis Rishus, that Maariv is discretionary. Now, before we get too excited, the fact is that over time, at least Jewish men all accepted upon themselves to daven Maariv, and therefore doing davening Maariv is binding today. But nevertheless, what can the Talmud's perspective that Maariv is discretionary teach us about the prayer service itself? Rav Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin says that Maariv being discretionary really tells us about what Maariv is supposed to be. The source for Maariv that the Talmud brings says V'yifka b'makom, that Yaakov encountered the place, meaning he kept on his travels, he went to Haran, and he realized that he had passed the place where Avram and Yitzchak had davened, and the Gemara in Chulin says that Yaakov reacted. He said, "How could I have passed the place where my ancestors prayed and I didn't pray?" Now Yaakov didn't say, "How could I have neglected my obligation to pray?" He said, "How could I have passed it without praying? How could I not have taken advantage of that opportunity?" And the Netziv says that that's really what Maariv is. Maariv is an opportunity at the end of the day, in the dark, to connect with Hashem. And not only is it physically when it's dark outside, but even in those dark times of life, where we don't reach out to Hashem as necessarily as a matter of obligation, just to fulfill a mitzvah that we're prescribed to do at a certain time. Rather, there are times where we think, how could I not talk to Hashem? How could I not tell Hashem about my needs? How can I not converse with Him? And that's really the perspective that we're meant to have for Maariv. Not that we should be lax in praying Maariv, and not that we shouldn't take it seriously, but we should relate to it with a sense of, wow, this is an opportunity. How could I pass up this opportunity? And hopefully, no matter how tired we are, no matter how dark it is outside, both physically and metaphorically, we'll take advantage of the opportunity to daven Maariv, to speak to Hashem, not only because of obligation, but because we want to speak to Him.